For the last decade, I've specialised in training and development for people who lead teams. If you consider my topics, they probably don't differ dramatically from those of other leadership training programs. The difference, however, is that I don't train to inform, I train to transform. Now that's a very bold statement that anyone can make. So let me quantify it by sharing a story that's unique in its content, but typical of my approach. I was working with a participant on a leadership training program that had a very checkered past, including, I kid you not, burning down 8 buildings in an arson attack which resulted in burns to over 60% of his body and a 7-year prison sentence. At one point during the program, we were having a group conversation regarding self-leadership, and I asked him if he regretted any of his actions or choices, and I was really surprised to have him reply that he did not. Now, I've worked with thousands of people over the years, from people on murder charges through to CEOs of large organizations, and there's not much that shocks me these days. But I was really quite surprised by his lack of negative reflection towards his life. Now, my job is to shift people's thinking and behavior in order to make them more effective, both in the workplace and in their personal lives. But unless I'm able to help people to initially see the change that needs to occur, and then to want to make that change, then any shift is unlikely. Now, I was aware that he had a family and a daughter that he loved and was very committed to, so I asked him if one day he'd be happy for his daughter to marry someone like himself, to which he emphatically replied that he did not want that to be the case at all. I hadn't been able to unlock his potential through a regret key, but here was a key through his affection for his daughter. I told him that as girls become young women, their default setting can sometimes be attracted to men like their father. Now, he was shocked by this concept and really open to my suggestion that the best way for his daughter to be attracted to a guy who was significantly different from him was for him to make some significant changes to become like the guy that he wanted his daughter to marry one day. It was such a drastic revelation for him. It was the most reflective that I had seen him over the 6 days of training, and he was very, very articulate in his gratitude for this revelation, reaching across the table to shake my hand. And then at the conclusion of the training program several hours later, he once again shook my hand, but this time he hugged me in order to show his appreciation. You know, you don't get that kind of result or even process by simply following course content. That being said, I'm very, very effective at delivering content in a fun, meaningful, and engaging way. But my point of difference is strongly and quickly connecting with people, and from there, challenging them to lead and live more effectively. You'll see the kind of topics I offer in my leadership training on this website. The vast majority of my leadership facilitation is delivered in-house, in businesses, which firstly requires me to sit down with senior management and understand the business, the industry, the profession. I then discuss leadership needs and opportunities and undertake site visits if appropriate. It's great to have management representation and involvement in the training, so we'll discuss how senior management and other key leaders in the business may be able to be involved in the training, for instance, as subject matter experts, or for senior leaders to talk about their own leadership journey. On the basis of this pre-work, we agree on the appropriate course content, including the possibility of a work-based improvement project. I'd love to take your leaders on a journey of transformation. Contact me to talk further about your leadership training requirements today.